Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading that focuses on one thing and one thing only: your God-given ability to manifest. And we have pretty good idea that it is God-given. It's something that you have from birth. And how we really kind of get a better handle on that, there have been several studies done over the past 20 years where they have measured genius potential. Okay, they got some sort of a questionnaire there. I have a questionnaire for just about everything, and genius potential is one of them. And in at least 3 studies that I know of, they tracked kids from kindergarten all the way through the graduation in college. What they found across the board were that the kids in kindergarten had 98% genius capacity. In other words, virtually 100%, the kids possessed genius quality in abundance. And then as they started to work their way through school, that number dropped. By the time you got to high school, 9th grade or so, 50%. By the time you finished graduating from high school, down to about 30%. And by the time you got out of college, it got as low as 2% genius capacity. And the more you went to college, you got your master's degree, your PhD, your doctorate, or whatever the hell in any form, you lost more and more genius capacity. In other words, education is exactly what John D. Rockefeller wanted it to be when he bought our education system and formed it in his own image and likeness. He said at the time, this was in the early 1900s, "I want a nation of workers, not thinkers." And so among the many things that he bastardized was our education system. He also did the same thing with medicine. Also did the same thing with Big Pharma. He was, in fact, the man who formed Big Pharma, teamed it up with Big Medicine, and, well, we see what's happened to our health and what's happened to the profits of the medical industry and Big Pharma. That's John D. Rockefeller, and he said he designed an education system where we did not think, we were taught to simply do what you're told. And that's what those measurements, those 3 studies that I'm aware of over the past 20 years have shown. Kindergartners, their imagination is wide open. By the time they graduate from college, it's almost completely closed and gone. So that college degree only means that you're a good memorizer. It doesn't mean that you're smart or creative. Keep that in mind when you're spending all that money on a system that was made to get you to perform, not think. So here we go. This is the reading for today, manifestation. What are we trying to manifest? Well, it says round and round. The middle card, which our oracle card, round and round. Yeah, kind of like a hamster in a cage. He's working his ass off. He's not getting anywhere. Never intended to get anywhere. The cage was not going to let him go anywhere. Sounds like John D. Rockefeller? I think so. So the way things are set up, we are all in a permanent spin cycle. Not going anywhere, not accomplishing anything. Yeah, a lot of movement, but keep them busy. Keeps them from thinking. Number up in the right-hand corner of 25. 2 means decision. 5 means change. It's a decision to change. And you put the 2 and 5 together. What's changing? Your value system. Your thoughts. Your goals. Up for grabs right now. Because you want to get out of this wheel of misfortune going round and round. The meme for today comes from Frank Zappa. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Yes. And that's what we're talking about. You have to step outside of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're playing the game that somebody over 100 years rigged against you. And in fact, as you take a look at the world, you'll find out that everything that you were told throughout your life, and I'm over 70, done tarot for 20 years, astrology for 50 years, everything that I've been told in my life is a lie. All of it. And to come to that realization is extremely painful for some people, and they just refuse to do it. It's disorienting for everybody. It was for me. I had funky feelings with the JFK assassination back in the mid-'60s. Vietnam War, same thing. 9/11, it's a joke. It's a scam. And then, of course, we had this vax thing going on, which I knew from the beginning was a scam. So you have to do what Frank Zappa says. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. If you're going to go through the education system, that is the norm, and it's designed to make you a doer, not a thinker. Keep you in the spin cycle. So let's go all the way to the left. Queen of Cups. Cups we take as love. And there's an emotional connection to a person, an idea, place, something. Doesn't mean love. It means an emotional connection. And with the Queen of Cups, what we're getting is you valuing yourself. Doesn't mean you're better than anybody else. It's your true sense of worth and the appreciation of your true sense of worth. Yes, people today, everybody's a 10. It's bullshit. You know that. They know that. I, at my age, 3, maybe on a really good day, a 4, maybe. I'm okay with that. Because I know that given the circumstances, that's the best I can do. That's the best I can be, pretty much. So what I do is I try to build on that 3 or 4. What it boils down to is if I'm not looking at a mirror, I could give myself a 4. If I'm looking into a mirror, 3 is pushing it. But I work from that point. Don't make excuses. Don't lie to myself. This is where I am. So let's work from there. And so far, so good. But that's what it takes. Without deviation from the norm, you can't make process. You stay in the spin cycle. And the Queen of Cups says, respect yourself, man. Respect yourself. Doesn't mean you're better than anybody else. It's just respect where you are, what you have to work with. No, you don't have as much money as somebody else. No, you're not better looking than somebody else. No, you're not more famous than somebody else. No. Where you are, start there and build. Next card over is one of my favorites for sure, 7 of Swords. People in tarot love to go, well, this guy's stealing something and he's leaving a party. People who say that are morons. What this guy is doing, Swords, remember, are facts, are what we believe, what we think. This guy is getting out of the party. He is getting away from normal. He's starting to think for himself, and as such, he's taking 5 true things with him, things he knows to be true from experience and intellect, and leaving 2, as you see, 2 swords, 1 on either side of him. He's leaving the 2 swords behind. Those 2 swords are him making a decision to get the hell out of Dodge. Because if I stay here, I'm not stepping out of my comfort zone, and so I cannot make any progress. Next card over is the Ace of Swords, or King of Swords, I think. Yeah, King of Swords in reverse. So it means you're aware of the fact that you got to change your thinking. You're aware of the fact that you've been lied to. What you've been told is a lie. I mean, it's all lined up for you. And you're thinking, okay, it's time to change. I got to start thinking for myself. The King of Swords and the 7 of Swords are linked together. It's deciding I'm going to begin to think for myself because I got to get away from what's normal. And that doesn't mean in a weird sense. It means step out away from the crowd. Start thinking for yourself. And the way that you do that, 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles are things that we value. And again, so many asinine tarot readers are going, well, that means money and that means bullshit. If you haven't figured it out by now, let me tell you. You do not control your world. It's the people who control the money system, our value system that control the world. In fact, back in 1803, one of the Rothschilds said, "Let me control the money of the country. You can do whatever you want with the government." He knew right then that if I held on to your wallet, I have your attention. Happens to be the wallet that he gave us. It's his system. It's rigged, so he's always going to win. But that's how it works. A guy by the name of Smedley Butler, two-time Congressional Medal of Honor winner out of World War I, did a lot of work between New York and Wall Street for the military. He finally, at the end of a 35-year career, quit. Wrote a book, War's a Racket. He talked about the military complex in 1933. You are being pushed around. If you think that using their value system is going to do anything but hurt you, how's it going? And even if you're making money, lots of it, you still have to live in this shit world. The water's polluted, the air's polluted, the food is polluted. You can't go to a grocery store short of honey and maple syrup, which you can get organically. I get the maple syrup because it's taken from trees about 50 miles from where I live. It's organic. There's a group here, a family up here who makes raw honey, organic. But after that, you go to the meat, you go to the dairy, you go to the cereals. It all there has stuff in it to kill you. It's proven. So it is a system that's rigged against you. You got to change your value system. You got to value yourself. Step number one, change the way you're thinking. Get out of the spin cycle. Quit going round and round and round and round and round like a hamster. Your choice. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Manifested Tarot reading. Between now and the next time we do it together, peace and blessings.